like you saw in Washington. Why are they doing the things they're doing? Incompetence, power, and greed. Do those things match why you do things? Why you care about the fiscal cliff? Do any of these match these? What are the real solutions? You go back to this list and it's easy. It's really easy if you know why you do things. Go back to the list of why I do things, why you do things every day. What do you come up with? If you believe in liberty, self-empowerment, God, personal responsibility, freedom of conscience, Constitution, Declaration of Independence, this is what you do. You cut wasteful spending. That's the first thing. You rely on charity and good Americans and members of faith to help feed people. You have faith in them. You encourage people to be more charitable. You encourage people to be more prepared, more self-reliant, less reliant on you. You empower people. You empower not only the people who are coming up and struggling, but you also empower the most successful in society and the most productive. How do you do it? By having them keep the fruits of their labor as much as they possibly can. And you encourage people to work. And you do that, like Benjamin Franklin said, by making people who are unwilling to work uncomfortable in their poverty. You reduce the punitive tax and regulation burdens on the people who are creating and are hiring people in America. Most of those are small businesses. Those accomplish these things, but those solutions do not accomplish this if that's your why. This is why you are so frustrated when you watch the news. Your why does not match the stories being told on the news. They will tell you the story of the fiscal cliff, but they will never attach the why to it, and they come up with some cock and bull story that you're like, what the hell are they even talking about? And you know, they try to sell it to you. Well, they're just trying to do it. No, they're not. No, they're not. The politician and the media, their why doesn't match your why. That's why you're frustrated. That's the great American divide. Oh, there's that word again. Why? It is the why that divides us. Let's go to Sandy Hook. Sandy Hook is not about a shooting. That story is not about a shooting. That story is all about gun control. The media's explanation of why on this tragedy was predictably the gun. Because he had access to assault rifles. And because of the NRA, you know, and furthermore, his mom was one of those paranoid preppers. No. Nope. Isn't it interesting that what happened was a shooting and killing of children? How? Guy using a gun. Why? The gun. What? Your how and why are the same? No, they're not. Blame the NRA, guns, and preppers. Why would you do that? Incompetence, power, and greed. Here's the real why of Sandy Hook. Broken families. Breakdown of values. The desensitization of our children, primarily through media and Hollywood and video games that are killing our children. Hollywood stars made this amazing video begging President Obama, please, please give us more gun control, President Obama. And demanding that you demand more gun control. Watch this.
Columbine.
Virginia Tech.
Tucson.
Aurora.
Fort Hood. Oak Creek.
Newtown.
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 How many more?
How many more? How many more colleges? How many more classrooms?
It's time.
It's time for our leaders to act.
Demand a plan.
Oh my gosh.
Right now.
Stop.
Right now.
This is such an astonishing thing to watch. To watch Hollywood celebrities come out against guns and have either no sense of irony or no fear of appearing insane. They glorify violence and guns on a daily basis. And not only do they glorify guns, but they blur the lines of good and bad. Anyone who watched The Sopranos, you were cheering for Tony Soprano. The guy was a mass murderer. He was a mobster. But America loved him. Why? Because Hollywood found the soft spot of a murderer. A video calling out the left on this was screaming to be made. Oh, and it was. It's up on the Blaze. If you haven't seen it yet, it's up on theblaze.com now. Watch this.
Columbine.
Take a full screen.
I like the way you die, boy.
Kill all the white people in the movie. How great is that?
Newtown.
How many more classrooms?
Okay, I can understand why people like that.
It's time.
It's time for our leaders to act.
Demand a plan.
It's unbelievable. Spare us the anti-gun rants, Hollywood. Clearly you don't mean it. This is an anti-gun plea that is clearly reactionary and completely void of rational thought, unless their why is different than yours. I would say why they are doing it is not the same why as you do what you do. So it looks like it has a lack of thought and relevance, but it doesn't. So where does this lead us? Well, a deeper discussion and some solutions, perhaps, next.